Hey everybody, welcome back to Sports Class with Mr. Finn. Today we are looking at something that has been in the news, in the sports news, probably not in the mainstream news. You might not even be aware of it, but there are the Olympic Games that were postponed, and people are trying to determine if we'll be able to do these Olympic Games. I believe they're Tokyo, but we're not really looking at the Olympics. So what we are looking at today is you are going to look at Olympic sports, Olympic Games, some of the Olympic events that take place. You can say sports, events. Anyway, so the point is you are going to, it made me think, hey, if we're going to have these coming up, why don't we take a look at the Olympics? So Olympic sports and events, look at one sport or event. So, I'll say sport. I'll leave it as sport, because it is sports. One sport from the Olympics, and basically, I guess you could say summarize it, describe it maybe. And describe it, because there's some, once you start looking at different Olympic sports, you might find that there are some crazy sports out there that the Olympic Games put on that you might not be familiar with. I remember, for example, the ski jump in the Winter Olympics was something I was like, wow, I've never seen that before. Someone gets on skis and goes down this huge ramp and then shoots off into the air to see how far they can go. That's not something we think of, as a sport or like a traditional American sport, United States of America sport. And there's a lot of those, I think they even have ping pong in the Olympics. They have a lot of things in the Olympics, different events / sports that they put on and they compete for. So the Olympic Games being something that I've been thinking about, I thought, hey, why don't you take a look at the different Olympic sports, Olympic events, and tell me about one of them. I would prefer that you tell me about a sport that is not basketball, soccer, what else do we have? Baseball. We don't have, football's not in the Olympics. So our major sport that most people in America is our most popular sport on television don't have. But try and find a sport that's something that you've never heard of and then describe it. Tell me about it. Give me a brief description. Let's have it be no longer than half page. You might not have a ton to tell me about it. But with sports, remember, just to give you guys a heads up on what you could think about to make sure you get a good length, is where did that sport begin? Who are famous people who have played it? Who got the gold medal last time? What countries is it popular in? All of those things could be included in this description about this Olympic sport. So, on that note, you guys have been doing a great job. Let's make sure you get that to me today, for attendance and participation purposes, and I will see you next class.